America in the future. And that's kind of my issue.
Well, what the experts have been saying, anyone who hasn't been living under a rock over the, 15, the fact that the population is one of the most pro-West, one of the youngest, one of the highest educated within Central Asia and the Middle East outside of Israel. They have even in The Economist, they were just talking about how Iran is one of the most secular, if not most secular countries in the Middle East, if not in the world currently. So you're talking about a threat. So many things can happen. I don't know. A comet can fall from the sky. Anything can happen in this world, of course, but the probability of said thing happening, well, that's what one needs to take a look at. And currently all of the markers in which Iranian society obviously is being measured, which obviously public polling is not something that exists under an Islamo-fascist regime, right? But the Gaman Institute was able to get a sample size of 40,000 Iranians over multiple different provinces across the country, city, urban, rural, small, large, different regions in Iran. And they were able to estimate that the majority of those people really were not that inclined and not super cool with the idea of Islam. Oh, yeah. Many people did not view themselves as Muslim. Many people viewed themselves as spiritual. Many people viewed themselves as agnostic. That's just the reality of what the little empirical evidence that does exist shows us. Now, why are you speaking over me? I'm not done speaking. Thanks. Well, I lost my train of thought. Did you have something really important to say? I was going to ask,
what was was it a pro-West sentiment in the 70s before the revolution happened? Or were the Iranians anti-West?
It's not a concept of anti-West in Iran. It's not black and white like that, because we are not like the descendants of Ba'athist and Pan-Arabism, where our entire identity is based on one moment in the entirety of the history of the Middle East. It was the fact that, the Cold War backdrop, there was some issues that, were happening in Iran. You had the West, you had the Eastern Bloc. And you also had people that, antagonist rhetoric had been infiltrating Iran since constitutionalism in 1906, right? So what pro-West looked like was we had strong allies, we had strong business relationships. So it's hard to say that at the time was it pure anti-West or whatever. No, some people were unhappy with the economic choices that the Shah made. They were also unhappy. Many Iranians are also extremely unhappy with the role that Jimmy Carter played in '79 and pussyfooting around and so it was something that was segmented. It wasn't black and white that everybody wanted the Shah to go. So there's also
one more
that.
thing. You were talking about how basically they're not mostly Muslim anymore before I interrupt.
No, I said that, well, obviously, if you were to understand how Islamo-fascist, tyrannical, theocratic regimes like the one in Iran works, is that you clearly can't put out a survey with a question that asks people, do you reject Islam? Because if anyone were to get a whiff of it in one of the most highly sophisticated surveillance institutions on planet Earth, you would get beheaded, right? So they asked the questions in a nuanced way that people were able to identify themselves as agnostic or spiritual or, don't believe in anything. Because if Iran, which has one of the highest rates of atheism in the world from the data that has been gathered, and also one of the largest groups of people that are converting to Christianity on planet Earth are the Iranians. There's a clear moving away from Islam in large swaths of the population.
And she's absolutely correct. It needs to happen. It needs to happen because
Good to hear you, Roya.
Sorry, Monica. Hey, Monica.
It's just good to hear you, that's all. I'm sorry, Kathy.
Yeah. Also, okay, go ahead.
Well, like you're saying, Roya, Iran is super important. The only problem is they're covered by an oppressive regime that shoot their own protesters down. No matter where you, even in Australia where we have, difference of opinions of our own, no government should be shooting down its own people. It's disgusting. Not only do they do that, they hang gays, they force women to fucking wear whatever they want, they rape them, they force them to get married at a young age. And not saying that sick mental individual people do that, don't do that in Western societies, but they are known fucking predators.
Problem is, those radicals don't just disappear when you overthrow a regime, right? There's still millions of people who think like that there.
It's not millions. You don't understand the mechanism of what keeps people loyal to this regime. You can say whatever you want about belief that people are fighting a quote-unquote cosmic war. It's not the sandal-wearing person that's living underneath the drought and hasn't had clean water or electricity in some rural province in Iran that's saying, I love the regime. It's the people that systematically benefit from this regime, and they materially benefit from this regime. So when you say it's not millions of people, it's 5% of the population are connected to the regime. Their interests are connected to their businesses. I mean, if you knew anything about how Iran's works, that you would understand that nothing is privatized. Less than 9% of what would be considered private is private. None of it is private, because the way that the IRGC mobsters and fucking mullahs work is that they stack and pack the private side, right? Because you won't be able to open a business because we will create barriers, so there's no such thing as true privatization.
Yeah, but
I'm not done speaking. I'm not done speaking.
You're a little long-winded. Do you mind, can we have a conversation?
No, Jay,
well, I mean, no, actually, if the moderators allow, can I continue speaking without being
interrupted? Sure, go ahead.
I mean, are you a moderator, Jack, or are you just trying to silence me?
Just go ahead, Roya, and then Jack, you can ask her afterward.
So anyway, a lot of it has to do with material gain. A lot of it has to do with the elements that anyone understands that go around poverty and the lack of mobility. Is someone truly a radical? Are they truly a believer in, the mantle of Shia Islam? No, those are the dumb fuck Hezbollah, Hashda Shabi fighters, and Fereydun brigades that have come into our country in the thousands and killed our people in the name of Islam. It's those fucking Shia Iraqis that are volunteering for no money to come and kill the Iranian people who are now deemed as kafirs in their eyes. Are the people that are radical. And the people that you see that are actually a believer in the system, well, they're the ones that are wearing encrusted diamond Rolexes and send their kids to do yoga on the beaches on Vancouver in a bikini. So, yeah, we're not acting with the same elements of radicalism that we see within the rest of the Middle East. A large segment of those people that are the top believers, well, they've been made into, they've been flattened. Let's just say that they've met their maker sooner than rather they thought they were.
So no. You guys. So Roy, you mentioned 5% of the population. You said it's not millions. Iran has like a 94 million person population. So even 5% would be millions. But the studies I've read from the Gaman Institute, which is an opposition, organization against the regime. So I would take their studies. I'm not saying it's 100% accurate.
So should we look at what type of public opinion?
Sorry, just a second, Roya. You're interrupting.
We should look at the regime's numbers. That's true. Same way that we should look at Hamas's numbers. You're totally right.
You have to to let him.
Roya, respectfully, I'm not trying to crash out. Just
you are.
You didn't want me to interrupt.
Let him. Come on, don't call him names.
The Gaman Institute.
That's the name of his ethnicity.
The Gaman Institute is an organization that is opposed to the regime, not in support of it. And their statistics say about 15 to 20% of Iranians currently support the regime. Now, grant you, a lot of them could be due to the reasons you said. They get paid off, they work for whatever, stuff that doesn't have to do with ideology that can be changed.
Extortion.
I can grant you that. But I'll believe, because I don't think I'm a dumb American who's just going to believe everything I'm that is said that there's no radical, diehard,
I didn't say that.
ideological people.
I didn't say that. I
You
said
did.
that radicalism works differently
Why are you interrupting
than the
again?
Arab world. Because you're
Are you
misconstruing my
sure
words.
that I'm not like reading? Should I just read off your script or something?
Why don't you
You have a
bring
script
that
for me?
study?
All right, hold on. Just let Jack finish.
All right,
I
so
need Jack to bring this study.
All right.
it's all right.
He's
The
still
study.
schooling 4 hours
The
later.
study is literally in the chat right now. The
No, let me tell you what that
Oh
study
my
said.
God, bro.
I want
Holy
to find
shit!
it.
What's wrong with you people, bro?
Sarah, I get it, but hold on. Just let him.
Thank you.
Hey, he's been fucking talking.
He just started talking, so just let him.
No, he's been talking for.
Oh my God, man. So I posted.
For 4 hours.
This is their strategy, bro.
No,
This is so
he's
pathetic.
Well, no, Sarah, I agree with you, but you gotta let Jack talk. 'cause we
He's
just
been
let Roy
talking
talk.
for 4
Oh my God.
fucking hours.
He just got into this
Dude, I
room.
just got into this fucking stage. Anyway, thank you. I posted the study in the chat. If anyone wants to discuss or criticize it, I'm open. I'm not fucking dying on any hills here. I'm just telling you what I've read. It says 15 to 20%. To me, that's almost 20 million people at the high end, right? So there are radical elements in there, and maybe only half of those people are doing it for money. But at the end of the day, these people are not people who came off the street. They have an ideology, and it is native, or it is from Iran, let's say that. It's a Shia form of Islam, and they're not going to stop being radical. In the 70s, they were able to coerce and fool people using communists and other groups to overthrow their more pro-West government. My only fear is 50 to 100 years from now, the same thing doesn't happen with an even stronger Iran. So my whole argument is, I
Jack,
believe
we
this
don't give a
country,
fuck about your opinion.
I think
Let's
it's
just
safer
vote in
for
November.
America. It's
Make-
safer for, you know, when people cut you off, it's like they don't want, what are you afraid of? I'm just talking about, like, we're just talking politics, bro.
We'll bring you up, Sarah, once he's done. We're not going to keep this interrupting thing. We're not going to argue. Let him say his piece, then you come on, and then you can talk.
Yeah, I'll land it here. Iran, a lot of Iranians still believe in this, like, Iranian empire from the past, right? It's a great history. It's been around thousands of years, which I understand. But going into the future, if we're talking American hegemony and American safety and national security, this can never be a one country, 94 million population again. This thing might happen again, where they overthrow the more pro-West government, and then what? We have a stronger Iran than we do now that has all these resources and all these weapons and a huge infrastructure. I'm not going for that. I'm not falling for that. So that's all I wanted to say. I
So
appreciate
you're not
this.
going, so why do you have that problem with any other nation state that has a strong nation state? I mean, do you have that problem
Iran is not a
with?
nation state. These are
Roy,
bills.
Roy,
It is
Roy,
going to be
Roy.
each one of these. Hold on, don't Roy at me. This is a ridiculous. So the threat that a crater may fall from the sky should make sure that we all wear dunce hats on every other Wednesday. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Iran is a nation state like any other nation state on planet Earth. It has a territorial integrity. It has a population of people. It has
Forced
a.
territorial integrity. It's the forced one. You have to.
What
kill
the fuck are you
ethnicities
talking
within
about?
the
Iran is one of the
country. You have to oppress
Don't
ethnicities
interrupt.
to
Am I may I
rule
speak?
those.
Or am I just gonna have to listen to some dumb fuck Arabs go back and forth?
Man,
First and
Iranian,
foremost,
Persian,
do I have?
You don't get it.
No,
I think maybe this would be
Definitely
good
not.
for a room reset, Roya. Do you mind? So this room was created yesterday around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by Matt. It's his house, President Trump. He wondered, and I'm taking this. This is what I've interpreted so far. It was a casual room meant to allow people a voice to get their impressions and feelings and emotions out regarding the president, the 47th president of the United States. It's run through the night and now into the afternoon, over 24 hours now.
Yep.
We do like one mic, if you don't mind. And please keep your contributions short because the stage is active and we want to hear from everyone. Thank you.
Sorry, just 1 second. I want to make a comment, short comment. I want to make a short comment
No,
about Jack.
you wanted to make a comment, Captain. Hold on. First, I'm asking Matt who keeps sending me to the goo, man? What the fuck is going on here? That's number one. Number two, Jack, don't fucking lie. You did this earlier, 4 hours ago in this same room, when you tried to troll over my brother being shot in the
That's
head.
a lie. That's disgusting that you didn't say that.
Why don't you mute up?
That's accusations.
You wanted to play the
No.
role
You're just doing
because I
personal
have to-
attack.
Tone it down a little, just a little.
No,
Just let you.
you did this in the room. Both Bibi and Monica said, "Oh, he's asking an innocent question," but I know
He
you
did. He
can't.
asked who shot him, IRGC or Hezbollah.
And he's a troll, Bibi. And
He
he's
asked you a
troll.
question and you got emotional.
He's not a troll. I've
Because
talked
he's
to him a
a
bunch of
troll.
times.
We
so
know
Jack,
Why
this.
do you want to
So
challenge
just-
Jack?
I
just
know
leave
this
it
account,
for-
but
for
either
what?
way, I'm talking. Why are you guys keep talking over me?
Because
Either
he's a-
what says on that Gaman that research talking about, let's be clear about that. It is not saying 15 to 20% of Iranians are pro-IRGC. It says over 80% want regime change, 15 to 20% don't. You know why? Because the regime change will cause the government trying to kill 50,000 people, and it might cost hundreds of thousands of lives and instability and a civil war and other countries getting involved. That's why 15% of people did not want a regime change, and this is before the government killed 50,000 people. So
Yeah,
don't
you're right,
twist
Sarah,
the word.
but that came.
May I go afterwards?
Wait,
or
I
no?
feel like I need to respond to just one thing.
No, I don't think you do. Monica's my
You
turn.
made a lot of claims about me. I just want to respond, and it's specifically about the study. I'll ignore all the personal attacks.
Well, hold on. Let Jack. You guys, let Jack respond. And Maria can shut the fuck up for a second.
Pepe.
Okay, hold on. Just let him respond because then Roya wants to go.
And
And
there's
so,
a queue. Jack, Roya, and
I'm next.
Captain.
I'm next.
amazing.
So again, real quick, I'm gonna ignore all the personal attacks. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. Let's talk about what she said about the study. If you go to section 3 of the study, it said only about 20% of Iranians support the continuation of the Islamic Republic. It says it in plain words. So
Go
anyone
read the
can go look at
question they
that.
asked.
Let them
Holy
talk.
shit.
You
The
shut them up.
question they
Oh
asked
my god, bro.
was if they
I-
support a regime change or not.
I just want everyone to know, I literally support destroying this regime. I'm just not reading off the script, and now I'm getting personal attacks. And I'm an American. I have a right to say
No,
whatever
you're
the
not.
fuck
You're a
I want.
piece of shit Palestinian refugee.
See, and now I'm American.
Well, he's obviously an American, despite where your parents are from a foreign country, or actually, weren't you from a foreign country as a refugee, Roya?
I'm not a refugee, you dumb
Palestinian.
old piece of shit.
Yeah, I was born and raised in America.
Yeah, but yet you grew up in your Muslim communities where you guys don't assimilate and you guys.
Let them talk.
I am in a. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, guys, enough with the ad hom. Just guys.
May I go ahead and I was
Yeah, go
actually in the
ahead.
midst of speaking, so may I continue? or
Amy,
not?
shut the.
So is it my turn yet or no?
Yeah, go.
Jack's turn.
Okay, it's definitely my turn. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what agenda. Maybe they're sad because of the fact that Daddy Ayatollah, one after another, has been flattened, and that American Express card that they've been charging all their Hezbollah and Hamas bullshit on is slowly drying out. Those coffers are ending. So that's what I'm clearly seeing on this stage. But again, if you were to compare Iran to the rest of the Middle East, what stands out isn't the regime, it's the structure of the society and the state itself. Iran is one of the few true nation states in the region with a continuous civilizational identity going back centuries. That continuity matters, and that's historically undebatable. The modern Iranian state, it didn't just appear like his home country. It evolved out of a very long historical identity from the Safavid period onward, which was very unified in the country territorially and religiously under a coherent structure. That's the way that Iran worked. Right? It was multi-ethnic, it was multi-religious. That's the way it's been since the time of the Ottoman Empire, through the Mongol invasions, through the 15th century on forward. So that's very different. I'm not done speaking. Why is someone speaking over me? And whenever I'm done, please let the moderators can moderate me. Thank you. So, unlike much of the Middle East, where those borders were externally drawn in the 20th century and their sudden national identity is still up for debate, that's not something that existed in Iran. And because of that, Iran has very high levels of internal cohesion and continuity that you don't see in the majority of the rest of the region. And when you layer on that social reality with the data that the majority, 85% of Iranians, are becoming less religious and their widespread rejection of imposed religious norms, that's a prime ally for us as the United States. I mean, if we're allying with Pakistan, which has fucking nuclear weapons, I think that we're pretty okay if the majority of the population of Iran are pro-West and are not religious. So I'm not done speaking, and you're not one to tell me to land my plane because you're not a moderator in this room. So what you end up having in Iran is a very unusual combination, but nonetheless a combination that exists. You have a historically rooted nation state. You have a highly secular population, and you have a population that is increasingly post-Islamist and outward looking for the future. And guess what? We don't want to be fucked in the ass by China and Russia. We'd rather be allies with the United States. We'd rather have our untapped markets, our gas, our oil, other aspects of our industry. Don't talk to me. You're not a person that's a moderator. A moderator will moderate me. I will finish once the moderators ask me to finish.
Matt, so sorry. Before you guys keep speaking, Matt, I tried to send you a message. Ami, he's recording other Iranians and then sending me messages. He's trying to threaten the Iranians on this app. So I don't know if can you remove him? I don't want to remove him without asking you. But he's a piece of shit, and then he sends me the video.
He said remove him.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Oh, you had the audacity to send me to the goo, who was a mod in the room, and then you don't want to remove this guy who's threatening people? How noble!
Wait, Matt said remove. I don't know.
The guy's removed.
All right, can I just finish my plane, BB? I mean,
go ahead, sweetheart. No, this guy he wanted to try and record.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is that it's a few countries in the Middle East that actually has a functioning nation state, not just a state. It is a contact identity, strong territorial cohesion, and a long historical memory that's any modern border. Because of that continuity, and because of the rejection of Islamism as such a whole, our society has pushed back against it. So what you have is something extremely unique. A pro-Western, secular population living under an anti-Western ideological regime in which they no longer want to. I'll land my plane.
Can I speak? So
maybe just one short comment.
Dana, hold on one sec, man. I want to back up what Roy's basically trying to say with it, because I know she gets really passionate about it, same as Sarah. But Jack, you're talking about you're worried about once this regime gets overthrown, they become more powerful. For one, it's in the US's policy, no matter how aligned they are, that Iran, because of their radical Islamic background, will never be allowed to have a fucking nuclear weapon and blackmail anyone in the Middle East, let alone the world, ever. That's a US policy. So the ideal way of going about it would be a complete overthrow of this oppressive regime, and then we can get based on the policy, they will never be allowed to obtain a nuclear weapon. So what you're saying is you're worried that what we're doing now in Iran might, and say we were to be successful, and then they build a government and become even stronger. They can become stronger economically, yes. I would love to, matter of fact, visit the historical Persian Empire and be able to travel and say I've been in Iran. I'm not fucking going there while these cunts are in charge. So I want them out. But it's never going to happen to the point where they would be allowed to have a weapon of mass destruction and blackmail neighbouring countries like Hezbollah would do, or the Houthis in Yemen that was set up under General Soleimani, who was killed by Trump in his first term. I don't think it's going to happen. That's why I really hope that Trump actually fucking gets it done completely, wipes them out, so that we can move forward, have such strong relations in that oil sector, in the resource sector, and Iran can get back to being, you know, rebuilt better under the Shah. Look, there was oppression when the Shah was there, but at least it was a democratic, more free sort of state than what it eventually became.
Yeah, but
I would like to say something about the wider Sunni world. I just want to say. No, I want to respond really quick. Now, compare Iran. No, I
literally just spoke.
No, I wasn't done. I wasn't done. No, I was interrupted.
Okay,
So
all right, guys. This is what I'm observing. I'm observing.
I got it. Your favorite daddy's back. Hello, everybody. Just going to point out that we did cross the 24-hour mark at 2 o'clock, so we definitely got a long room here going. So, yeah, I'm just going to be monitoring and looking around to see who's been causing trouble. But, yeah, I'm back. Your favorite daddy's back.
Hi, Daddy. Matt, I'm Roya. Can I just finish with this one line if possible?
Yep, you go ahead.
Thank you. So it's so interesting to me when all of the clear markers for Iran being at threat for radical Islamism, I don't know, 75 years down the line are so fucking weak and so adamantly pro-West, but you can just compare that from the same, like the rest of the Sunni fucking world, right? The data around the Sunni world, what does that show us? Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Pakistan. 70 to 90% of these people support Sharia law being the fucking law of the land. So you tell me, which one would you put your bets on? A population of 85% that are increasingly secular and pro-Western, or the rest of the fucking Middle East in which 70 to 90% of them want Sharia law. Right now, currently in the year 2026, Pew Research is still showing that they want Sharia law implemented in their fucking countries. So the real question is not what's going to happen 75 years down the line with a strong Iran. The question is, where else do you see a population moving away from religion at the scale and velocity that Iran is?
So
you don't.
That's a very long sentence, Roya. That's a very long sentence, ma'am.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I wanted to respond to just something Captain said, and just real quick, it also goes to what Roya said, right? The truth of the matter is, over the last few decades, America has been able to keep stability in the Gulf nations that are mostly Sunni. They have great relations with the United States. They've never had Islamists take over their countries. Their monarchies have been in place, and they're still in place today. And it's been a great relationship for the most part between them. Of course, there's always problems with, any ally. You're going to have issues. The thing with Iran is we've already seen it happen. So do we really want to chance it again? And this isn't just like chancing that they might get nuclear weapons. That's not the major threat. The major threat is them building up missiles and a strong army with 90 million people in that region. And then some minority religious group takes over. I can't really put my bets on a Middle Eastern population that could be secular right now, and then a religious revival happens like it did, and then this happens again to where they become a major threat. We've seen it happen once. It's very possible.
We've seen earthquakes happen. We've seen comets happen fall from the sky.
Right, I didn't interrupt you, bro. What's the problem? I don't get it. We can disagree.
No, because no, we don't disagree. You Palestinians.
You complain every time someone interrupts you. You just gotta let him talk.
Yeah, dude, I agree with you.
No, you don't agree with me.
Holy shit.
We don't agree at all.
Okay, we don't agree. Maybe you don't agree that the IRG has completely destroyed the region. Maybe you don't agree that it is the cause of the problems for most of the states and countries in the Middle East, and many of them don't like them. Maybe you don't agree that their proxies have caused so many issues for everyone else. Everyone else in the Middle East has been waiting for the Iranian people for 47 years to overthrow this government. We can see now it's not a possibility, or it's not likely to happen without arming them or just doing it ourselves, right? So America decided we're going to try to do this ourselves. My only thing is we should go all the way instead of half-assing it. We shouldn't sign a deal with a weakened IRGC. We shouldn't put a little puppet in there or let the Iranians figure things out for themselves. I don't trust that. We need to go full force and put all our interests and split this country up. They can never have this Persian Empire again. This is a straight up threat to the whole entire Middle East and America.
Jack, based on your logic, we've seen a slavery in U.S. once. So that case, we should, it's gonna happen again, right?
What are you talking about? You believe that one group will subjugate and enslave another group in 2026?
Well, Jack doesn't have
In the
anything else
Western-
to say. Jack keep repeating.
Yeah, exactly. The logic is not, it doesn't make sense.
And just keep repeating
Wait,
it.
there's an
He's
announcement
saying
from
that.
Matt in the chat. Hold on. I'm sending people misbehaving to the hallway. Very short tolerance. I have a feeling people have been taking advantage of my room. You know, we're striving for a civil conversation here. I'd like to draw people's attention to the poll. I have a personal goal of 400 votes in it. We'll see if that is achieved before Matt gets tired and booms the room. Also, this is the President Trump house. This is the one and only President Trump certified by Matt to be Clubhouse Original. And I invite people who have pink tickets who have enjoyed the free speech stage provided by Matt and the moderators to consider joining the house.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Can I talk?
We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Boy, Dana, you couldn't even let that breathe. The owner of the room wanted a couple words.
Sorry. I didn't mean
No,
to
you're
cut
good,
you
Dave.
off.
You're good. No, I just was pointing out that I appreciate the mods for sticking it out here. I don't know how much longer the room will go. We'll do a part 2 probably shortly, but yeah, carry on. I don't know what's the topic, by the way? Do we need a reset? I don't even know what we're talking about. Monica, what are we talking about?
I think what we're talking about is the Iranian people's perseverance and desire for independence and to govern themselves. There's a big concern on the stage that is not unfounded that once the regime change occurs, who will take up the mantle of leadership, and will it truly be the Iranian people who want a less religious, more we the people democracy? Is that kind of the vibe?
Yeah, and talking about the radical elements that exist there as well.
The radical element that is trending the least amount, it is the only country in the world in which is rejecting political Islamism at the rates of light, and in comparison to rest of the Middle East. So I don't think that logic holds that you use. You can't take a system, a country has lived under and turn it into a permanent judgment about its people. And again, this balkanization aspect, again, a regime talking point. Wish you could use something new. If you knew anything about Iran and its nationhood, you would understand that makes no sense. The majority of Iranian people the modern Iranian person, millions upon millions of Iranians, are not ethnically one thing. The modern Iranian person is Turkic, is Persian, is Mazandarani, is Gibaki, is Kurdish. Majority of the Iranian people. So even if you were to say that you want to balkanize, that's not even the way that Iran functions as a state. Large swaths of the Kurdish population do not even live in Kurdistan. So again, this idea that the Iranian people do not have the right to their own agency, or they do not have the right to their own self-determination, is bullshit. And by the way, Monica, if you're interested in learning about the plan that we actually have for transition, because you're absolutely right. The danger of any sort of revolution is that moment of transition, that when the ground is zero, who's going to fill the power vacuum? But we actually do have a plan. So if you guys are ever interested, I'm more than happy to explain our path to referendum.
Whose path is it? Is it the path of the Persians, or is it like the path that people in the Persian diaspora have made?
It is the path that the Iranian people have chosen. Millions of them risking their lives on the street, 50,000 of them being slaughtered and massacred on the streets of Iran. by using Reza Pahlavi solely as the transition leader for us to the referendum. This is something that is undeniable. I understand that anti-Semites and, jealous Arabs perhaps on the stage can't fully understand that or grasp that, but that is something that we in diaspora have a problem uniting under. This revolution is different because of the fact that we in diaspora are shutting the fuck up, whether we're Republicans, whether we're constitutional monarchists, whether we're Democratic parliamentary supporters. All of us are being quiet and going under the banner of Reza Pahlavi because he is the most widely recognized opposition leader inside and outside of Iran.
Right.
That is something that we are not divided on.
Right, and let me ask you, so where is this most current evidence that you are stating that you guys are, you guys are being quiet, like you said, but where is the signal that you guys are ready for getting behind, this particular individual that you just mentioned? Like, where do we see that? Obviously, I'm an American, I'm in Western media, I'm not going to see that kind of stuff, but is there evidence that there's actually movement on your side to actually do something about this? That's my question.
Pretty sure they will.
Sorry, what do you mean by movement? Can you say that one more time?
Well, I'm trying to find some kind of evidence that you're saying.
It's really hard to find evidence.
I don't want to be rude, but it does a lot.
Millions of people marched on Valentine's Day, Matt.
Yeah. Can I answer that?
Iranians marched on Valentine's, and this was like dust from the people outside the country. And the people inside the country, enough of them were in the streets that the government was being toppled, which is why they ordered She to kill, which ended 50,000 people.
I'm saying even past, because I think Roy is talking about right now, in the moment, in the last week or so, maybe. I could be wrong.
No.
I did want her to respond. So, do you have an answer, Roy?
Also, Pahlavi made a call for Iranian people to come to the streets. And millions of people, Iranian came to the streets, and that's when they were massacred by the. Okay, so that was the first call that Pahlavi ever made. And then it was on Valentine's Day for the people outside Iran. He made a call to come to name few cities and ask people to come to those cities to protest. And we came in Toronto, 500K, in LA, I think 350K, in Berlin, I think it was like 250K, Australia, everywhere, more than 2 million people.
So can I ask something?
Was this before the war?
Okay.
Before we did any kind of intervention of any sort? This is all before it, though, right? What am I missing?
Yeah, that was before the war.
I'm talking about in the moment, like literally, Trump coming in, disabling, all the air space and the naval, what have you. What has happened since then on the part of the Iranian people to have movement? That's my question.
No. That's the thing, Matt. Because Trump, Bibi, and Pahlavi, they all said that stay at home. They all told Iranian people, called it stay at home, and we're gonna make the call when the D-Day comes.
Well,
so they waited.
He's working with Israel and U.S.
Yes.
They're already working with him.
But Trump said that there was reports that came from the White House that they were actually discouraged by the lack of revolution from the Iranian people. I did see also what they're saying, that they were told to stay at home. Question for obviously the pro.
Well, I mean, the question was for me, and I didn't get to respond, though. So should I respond?
Just one sec.
Wait, Jack, just let her go real quick, Jack. Just real quick.
It goes to your question, though, Matt. It goes to what does the revolution?
You're not even Iranian. Why do you have?
What does the revolution? What does the revolution look like? Like, what happens? What are you guys gonna do?
You're an
come on the
Arab
street
who
and do what?
Okay, let her
Why do you have to talk for us?
Hold on.
Bro,
Can you sit this one out?
I'm an American, bro.
Okay, so I can answer your question, Matt, whenever you're ready.
You do both of our questions. Go ahead.
So if we're talking about Iranians inside Iran, the key point is that Reza Pahlavi has consistently come out as the most recognized and most supported oppositional figure across every indicator that we have. And now I'm going to answer the question honestly. The reason the data isn't perfectly clean is obvious. It isn't an open society. You have censorship. You had the first internet blackout across an entire nation of 90 million fucking people. So there's real risks for people expressing their political views. And the fact that people even did do that and consistently showed up and are listening and were viewing his YouTube up until the shutdown, and millions of views up into the point of the protests. And the fact that Iranians have been plugging in inside the country to the radio, to the broadcast networks that they have, to the satellite channels that they have. The viewership data that we see on that is extremely high in the pockets and moments that Iranians actually have access to information due to the information and internet blackout that exists. So that, so you're not going to get some Western style polling, but that's exactly why the signals that that you see emerging on social media and Twitter, you need to understand where Iranians have an actual access to the outside world. In those little pockets that they do have access to the outside world, it's very clear that there's one signal that consistently emerges and matters more than the others. You hear protest chants, you hear one name that's being said, and it's circulating despite the suppression that's happening in Iran. So when his name continues to show up inside Iran under those conditions, that's not artificial, that is organic support. So no one is going to say an entire population has unanimous support around one figurehead, but in a constrained environment, when we as Iranians see that he has hit critical mass as far as support goes, as far as his ability to be recognized both inside and outside the country as an opposition leader.
Well, to add what Roy was saying, so there was actual statistics about Reza Pahlavi, and before the blackout, his average video was receiving 60 to 70 million views. Once the blackout took place, it dropped to 3 to 5 million, which goes to show you that majority of the support and the views were coming from inside Iran.
But BB, what does the revolution, what's it going to look like on the ground? I've always heard people say they're going to come out in the street when Pahlavi tells them to. But I want to understand, what are they going to do when they get there? And what are they expecting? Are they planning an armed struggle? What's the plan for the Iranian people to overthrow their government right now? And I'm asking to any Persians on stage who could possibly give us some insight.
Ever since the 12-day war, thousands upon thousands of people in within the IRGC, as well as the Artish, meaning the nation's actual military, Navy, Air Force, have on secure lines contacted Pahlavi in an effort to defect. Now, the moment has to be correct. All the signals from Bibi and Trump, as well as Reza Pahlavi, has been for the Iranian people. Once we've reached the phase in which the Iranian people need to come out and flood the streets, because right now Iranians are cheering on the efforts of the United States military. They're cheering on what Israel is doing, and they're waiting for the signal from Reza Pahlavi. And once they do so, the networks within, whether they're, civilian militias that have existed underground for now years, who have been, defectors within the system, people that have worked inside and outside the system, supplying on the outside, but also working within the system to kind of see what's up, those people will finally defect, and that we are hoping, of course, and we're indicators are showing that large swaths of the military, as well as other swaths of the IRGC of lower ranking members, will defect and will join the side of the people. That's the plan.
Is there a projected timeline for this?
So that's right.
I mean, dude, do you want to know the color of my socks? I mean, what the fuck kind of questions are these? No, we're living in live wartime.
I get it right.
All right, man.
So
I'm just going to chill because you guys can't handle questions.
Hold on a second. 1 second. I've asked this question before, way many hours ago. If, Roy, if we, 3 weeks we're back on the stage and we're having the same conversation, would you consider that troubling at all? Or a month from now, whether that kind of problematic, that nothing's changed, that, we're waiting for somebody to tell us to do something? You have to admit, we just got to double check these things, just to make sure we're all on
There is a timeline.
What's the timeline? If you have one, let me know.
I'll tell you the time. Also remember, you know how Trump doesn't want IRGC to know when it's. So there's been twice so far where Pahlavi released a video which caused IRGC people panic, and they made movements, and each time big number of big figures in IRGC were assassinated. So we don't know exactly what's going on, but Israel, Trump first said 4 to 6 weeks, remember? And Israel said their operation will be another 4 to 6 weeks in Iran. But you have to understand what operation they're doing right now. You know those forces, the police forces that goes out and kills people? The ones that are just the terrorists. Because remember, Iran has 2 branches of military. One is Iran's military, one is the Islamic regime military. So that Islamic regime military, which are the jihadist type in them, those, a lot of them, the head of them are being taken out. Right now, actually attacking those checkpoints. So what Israel is doing is they're taking, not Israel alone, with US, they're taking out those forces who have the guns, who were killing 50,000 people, like that many people.
Is that special ops, Sarah? Because I do need to know if those are boots on the ground, in your opinion.
I think that is pretty much what the boots on the ground is doing, exactly. So it is possible for this revolution to happen. It is possible for it to happen. Listen carefully. I'm not saying it is happening because of this. It is possible for it to happen without boots of the ground because they have a lot of drones that are actually working as soldiers on the ground. Does that make sense? But they're trying to take some of them out. Even for yesterday or the day before when it was Charsham Basuri, it's a Persian holiday where people go and you know, they do celebrate the last Wednesday Eve of the year. It's a Persian like tradition. Even on that day, Pahlavi asked to go out and celebrate, but they were specifically asking people not protesting, do not protest, because they want to weaken this regime. So look, it's on America's benefit for IRGC to be gone. It's in Israel's benefit to be gone. And now we're at a point in history where Iranian people did try to topple the regime and they killed 50,000 people. So Iranian people, they are so like, even though they don't have guns, they want them gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
no, I mean,
that's why they're all working together.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening.
I just want to make sure the conversation on deck is about, oh wow, we just did all this stuff and things are moving forward. That's all my, you know, as simple as that sounds, I like to see results.
So let me, I'll send you a picture from, because I don't know how to put a link here, but I'll send you a picture of the heads of the IRGC that they wanted to take out. There's only 4 people on that list now. There's only 4 people left.
That's America's work.
Like
we're waiting for the Iranians to do something.
Why is Jack keep talking, Matt?
Yeah, Jack,
We wanted to be in Jack's room.
Leave her alone for right
Like, seriously, not just that.
I appreciate Jack.
Matt, why is he like having opinion? Like, why is it Jack versus the rest of the room?
Holy shit, that's not even the case. God damn.
It's the case,
It is the case, Pepe. That's how it feels for us. But Matt, there's only 4 people. There's only 4 generals right now that are on the, like, they all of these major positions, they're supposed to have a general. We either don't know who those generals are.
What did the list start off with, Sarah?
They're either like nobodies or...
How many did the list start off with, Sarah?
Well, look at it. I don't know. I just know that there's only...
No, I want to see, like, I want to celebrate it.
I don't know. They have killed thousands of people. They have killed thousands. I don't know.
No. The heads were like the 15 something, 12 or 15.
Like, no, Dana, it's not just 12. They
Not the heads,
40,
the heads.
The heads. I'm talking about the heads because what's his name? Khamenei wouldn't like meet with the soldiers. He met with the heads. They killed Khamenei. They took out 40 generals with Khamenei the first attack. And remember, we've had more than 10,000 targets between U.S. and Israel. And guys, there is no carpet bombing. Everything is at specific targets. Like they're targeting. They've taken out. Let me give you a good result, Matt. They have taken out 80 or 90% of all those morality police stations of the Islamic regime stations. Do you know where those people are sleeping at nights, guys? They're putting tents. They used to sleep in like sidewalks. Now they're going under bridges. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, you guys have to see these things, and they're still like hitting them. Like there is like they're doing this soldiers on ground with drones right now. So I don't know when they're gonna ask people to go out. Maybe they'll do it next week. Maybe they'll do it in 4 weeks. But I don't think they want IOGC to know what their plan exactly is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I got you.
But I do believe it's going to be in weeks, though.
Okay.
I do believe it's going to be in weeks.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Who else wants to confirm what she's kind of saying? Dana, did you want to do that?
Yeah. I totally, agree with Sarah. Iranian people, they have guts. Okay, so they just waiting for the call to be made and go to the streets and take back their country. Just I have a message to Jack. Actually, Jack. I don't know if you like IRGC or not, but
no.
when there is a guy like Ami, who is a member of the IRGC, not a pro-IRGC, he's a member of IRGC because he's been threatening everyone with recording voices and stuff like that. Agreeing with your narrative, and
he's threatening me right now as we speak in the back channel, saying he's going to murder my family.
I'd like to respond to Dana.
No. And playing in your ground, I would think about that narrative twice.
I hear you,
That's
Dana.
all right.
I hear you, but also think of this. The regime also tells the people that America is the greatest enemy. America wants to destroy the country.
No. At the moment, the regime is.
Why are you interrupting me?
Just 1 second.
Come on, man. Why? I'm trying to have normal combos, bro.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna be quick. I'm not long-winded.
The room is we have discussions here. We have a back and forth. If you don't want to do that, you can just leave the room. Not just you, Dana. I'm just pointing out people.
Yeah, sure. Go on, Jack.
Yeah, just real quick. Like, the regime was propagandizing that America will attack it. Israel is a great enemy and all these things. And sure, they are enemies of our country. America, we are enemies with the Iranian regime. So even though they're saying something to scare their people, objectively to us, it's true. Yes, we are not friendly states. They can be telling the truth, but also exaggerating to their people that we're also devils and we want to drop a nuke on Tehran or some stupid shit like that, which is not true. So just because Ami sees that I'm also against the regime, but not also pro whatever you guys got going on or reading a script, doesn't mean that I'm doing his bidding or something like that. But I see what you're saying.
Did he say we're reading a script, Matt? Do you see why I call him a dishonest person?
But one more thing, Jack, just so you know.
To make a comment on what Jack just said. He literally said that we are reading a script.
I didn't say that. I said I'm not reading the script.
I think he did say that, Sarah, on that one. But let's keep moving forward.
Yeah. So just one point that I want to make.
And he said, I'm not pro whatever you guys have going on or reading off the script.
Yeah, because you guys keep like cussing me out, so clearly.
Oh, Jack, no. Be trying to have a conversation.
For a long time, Jack. This is not first time.
Yeah, I'll just go to the audience. I feel like I'm just gonna.
No, Jack.
Here, bro. I'm not trying to like pay attention or something.
This isn't the Jack show, you guys.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to mention something else. That the new propaganda of the regime is not that U.S. is the biggest enemy or Israel is the biggest enemy and they're gonna kill you, blah, blah, blah. The new propaganda of the regime is that they will be colonize the Iran country. That's the new propaganda of the regime. And that's the exact ground that you are playing in. That's why I'm saying this. Just so you know.
Dana, I know Jack, he might not remember, but he did have an Asian picture just like 6 months ago. Like he has a new account where he just keeps changing the account. So he thinks people don't remember him. But I've been fighting with some pro-Palestinian, anti-American, anti-Israel, what's it called, the peace in Middle East people for a long time on this app. So I've had this conversation with this guy before, and he had said that he's originally, you can hear it, he has perfect, he speaks perfect English, but his parents are, I don't know if they're from Palestine or Iraq, like one of the countries around there.
Palestinian, yeah, he said that.
Yeah, so he's from there. Now, why am I saying not that
Where are
it
your
matters
parents
though?
from? What is the relevance?
Not
I'm
that
just
it
so
matters,
confused.
but I'm going to point out what the thing is. It's fine. We understand. We Iranian people understand when they say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's the same way that right now Iran are cheering up for U.S. and Israel to bomb their country. In reality, they're helping to take their enemies out. So we understand that you cannot like, it is possible for you to not like IRGC, but at the same time, because you're from Palestine, so you're anti-Israel, so you kind of like them being around because they're going to be helping the terrorists, you know, who they fund 80%, 90% of Hezbollah. They fund the Hamas. Like, we call them terrorists. You guys call them freedom fighters. So what I'm trying to say is, like, we understand. And that's why I think, as someone who's Palestinian, who's like, whether they like IRGC or not, most of Palestinians, they do want IRGC around, not because they're pro-IRGC, but because IRGC is helping them in their movement and issues with Israel. So I understand that, but at the same time, I don't think you should be like the one voice that constantly talks about Iran. And
Fuck Palestine. Like, fuck Palestine, fuck
We're gonna
Israel.
move-
I don't think any of them should get $1.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, we're moving away from this. I'm opening up the stage. I see perfumer.
Perfumer. I make perfume.
The Canadian.
Yeah.
Matthew, can I ask you, you had said a few hours ago that you compared Bibi's leadership of Israel and Trump's leadership of America as comparable to Iran's leadership, that they were all foul.
Who said that?
You said that.
Jack?
You said they were all bad leaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Perfumer said that.
Perfumer. Yeah, perfumer.
Do you want to clarify that at all, perfumer?
Right.
Sure.
And you have a subject out of this. But
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's my opinion, I mean, obviously the IRGC is much worse. And I believe that Bibi is much worse for his country than Trump is for America. But I don't find any of their leadership to be super helpful or friendly toward their own countries. So what I mean to say is, I mean, the United States always has enough money for war. But why don't you guys have health care, man? Honestly. Like, and you guys have, well, okay. Another thing is, like, depending on the area, right?
Look at here, 40% oxygen.
Right. So what I'm meaning to say is that I believe that in each one of these governments, people at the very, very top are looking out for themselves. I think Bibi Netanyahu is constantly at war with his neighbors and everyone else because he just wants to stay in power. Well, I don't know. Maybe you disagree with me. That's fine.
I mean, yeah, what you're saying is disingenuous.
So, you find it? It's not disingenuous. It's how I feel.
It is. Well, I mean, no one cares how you feel. We care about the facts. We don't.
They asked for my opinion.
I honestly don't care what you feel.
Monica asked my opinion. Matt asked me to clarify it. So there you go.
Your feelings.
Matt, I just want to make sure I understood what this guy was
personally, Matthew. Okay, now what's going on, man? Go ahead, jump in.
What's up, buddy? How are you? Hey, thanks for doing this. Hey, so is your premise that because we don't have universal health care, in which everyone pays a ton of money and may have to wait months to get a specialist or whatnot, you believe that Trump is not a good leader because we don't have that? When it's not the president who does that, it's the Congress that does it and passes a law. Is that your premise?
No, my premise is it's more than that. I believe that Donald Trump hardly is the
in mind, trying to make you guys a better country for the average American. I don't think so.
Can you give an example of something he did that made it worse?
Sure. A very clear example. So he had lost the elections. When was it? In his first term. It was counted and he lost. But instead of saying, okay, I lost, fair game, he refused to admit his loss because he is a narcissist. And the second order. Wait. Can I finish?
Hold on, King.
I'm not quite done.
King, let it happen.
I'm not quite done. And so
Explain.
he refused to acknowledge his loss, and this created further distrust of the political system in America. Now, whenever the citizenry of a country doesn't have a shared reality, whenever people lose faith in science, or if they lose faith in institutions, it drives the country towards, very bad and dark places. So that's one example of something where Trump was thinking about himself, and he was not thinking about second and third and fourth order consequences, or the people of the country. He was furthering distrust.
Okay, so this is my question. Hold on one second. Hold on, King.
Cobra, I asked him a question. I was talking to himself.
King.
1 second.
I said I was going to answer.
Buddy. They're just kind of having a back and forth.
Okay. You know what, man? Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna get out the way because.
Go ahead, King.
Yeah. So, Reformer, what you're saying, it sounds like is, it sounds like you're neglecting every other time that someone, for example, Nancy Pelosi claims that the election was illegal of George W. Bush. She claims that it was, she's so distrust in the electorate. You can look it up. It's on C-SPAN, not anywhere else, on C-SPAN. And she talked about it. There was riots and picketing saying that George W. Bush was illegally elected after the election with this. I guess your belief is that all of these people, and if you're that all of these people have so distrust in our country, and both political parties have done it. If your view is only Donald Trump has done it, then that's disingenuous, number one. Number two, you didn't really...
Can I reply to that one?
Well, no, I mean, you wait till you finish, right? So...
Right,
so,
my apologies.
Right, so I wouldn't mind you interrupting, but if you let me do that, we could have a back and forth conversation. But anyway, so in the second...
You're in the Matrix, bro.
That showed what he...
Come out the Matrix, because
Yeah, Matt, have him respond while I go out of the Matrix.
All right, so to your first one, am I suggesting that Trump is the only politician that acts selfishly? No, but your question was specifically, please tell me, give me an example of Trump. That's why I gave an example of Trump.
No, so hold on. To be fair, that wasn't my question. So now you're lying. I never said, is Trump the only politician that acts? Did anyone hear me say that?
No, you asked me specifically to give an example of Trump doing something.
Don't gaslight. You gave an example.
Didn't you ask me that question?
So hold on. You asked, your exact words were this. I said to you, you said, Donald Trump has done things that didn't act in the benefit of his citizens.
Yes.
And then you responded saying, he's so distrust in our elections. And anyone who does that doesn't have a focus or a care for the citizenry. And then I said, well, okay, if Donald Trump did that, and then that means that others who did the same thing on the other side, the other political party, including Barack Hussein Obama, who also talked about George W. Bush, look at his campaign in 2008, his election being circumstantial, okay, and saying that everyone was upset and believes that that wasn't done correctly. All of them also sow distrust in our economy. So if your view is that both sides...
I agree with you.
Okay, so you agree. Good. All right, so we're on the same page with that. I have no qualms on that if you're going to be consistent in that. So it's not only Donald Trump.
I always try to be consistent, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So. I believe. No. I believe so. I always think in terms of principles. I think there's a tremendous number of, in here in my country, in Canada too, to one degree or another. There's a group of people up here that don't have the best interest of people, their citizenry. And my basic stance is that I'm tired of like these billionaires and crazy people, dragging us into wars. That's my basic thing.
Go on, Cobra.
Cobra, if you want to jump back in, you're up.
I'm afraid, Matt. I don't want to.
But Matt, did anyone talk about? Oh, yes, Matt disappeared. He's on the phone. But I wonder if anyone talked in this room about some of the things Trump did in his first term and what he did in terms of, the economy and how the economy was booming, and then what happened with Joe Biden afterwards, and how it just basically tanked. Right? Did anyone talk about that and figure out what the root cause of all that was? Was it the policies of Joe Biden that brought, or Joe Obama, I was going to call him, but Joe Biden that, brought it down, or what was it?
You know what I think, King? Just to give you a little idea about my personality, I think economics is really complicated, right? It's like quite a complicated science, and most people aren't economists, right? And I think a lot of politicians know this. They understand that most of the citizenry have only a certain amount of time to pay attention to the news, and who only understand politics or economics to a certain degree. And I think what you always have is politicians will come up, whether they're on the left or the right, and they'll really oversimplify economic situations to fit their narrative. You know what I mean? I'm like one of these people. I believe that scientists, engineers, doctors, and the regular fucking people of this world make the world go round. That's my opinion. I think a lot of politicians claim to have more control over a situation than they actually do. They use language and emotion and the media and information systems to demonize one another. And they certainly use it to get us to kill each other. But those rich fuckers are never going to be the ones that, they're never going to be the ones that go to war.
So, Matt, did you talk about Mark Wayne Mullen's testimony today and Rand Paul?
Sorry about that. I was having problems. What's going on with that? Go ahead and explain that.
Did you see that? Oh, my God, Rand Paul.
I didn't see it.
Oh, God, Rand Paul was like, you insulted me and said that the guy who attacked me on my lawn was a bad, that I deserved it. Are you going to say that to my face right now, or are you going to apologize? And maybe if you apologize, I may... Yeah. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, so
this thing, this
the
guy
worst president ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Trump's the worst president. Can I be the villain? I feel like you guys are pro-Trump, right?
Oh, I also agree. I think he's the worst too. Yeah.
Dude, he is definitely trying to cover up the PDF files and causing all this ruckus and chaos. Let's be honest.
What would you two cops do if you were president?
Well, if I was president and there was a war...
Same old Iraq trap that Israel set up. Ugh, Americans, bro.
You know what I would have done? I would have secured the fucking...
You wouldn't have done nothing because you're not smart enough to become the president.
I would have, well, someone asked me, I would have secured the Strait of Hormuz before attacking Iran. That's what I would have fucking done.
Trump doesn't even know the capital.
I would have tried not to piss off all of my ally friends before going to a war unannounced.
Wait, which ally is pissed off?
You secured the Strait.
Hold on, which ally is pissed off?
Bro,
Oh,
this
wait.
guy
None of them are offering.
children,
Wait,
bro.
no.
Canada is.
So which one?
Canada is.
So which ally is pissed off?
Canada is. Denmark is.
Oh wait, okay. So
Canada finna be the
Denmark
51st
just
state.
offered. So this is what you
Oh,
hold on. This guy's gaslighting. Dude, it's
That's a
gaslighting.
good example of why people don't like Trump.
Hold on. Denmark dude, you're a gaslighter. Just offered. You can see it. Said they're going to help the U.S. secure the Strait of Hormuz and supported the United States. So, dude, this guy's a gaslighter. Oh my God, incredible. He's like making up stories that our enemies are, our allies are upset.
What's up with bombing school children in Iran, though? Like, what's up with those type of mistakes? Like, I don't get it.
Trump went into this war with zero fucking points.
So now y'all care about kids, but y'all didn't care about kids with LGBT and cutting the dicks off, but now you care about
Where
LGBT.
did that happen? What?
I'm still waiting for the example of the allies. The allies that are upset. Anyone
How dumb?
does he have it?
Oh, dumb. England. He said England and Spain said they're not going to help out.
So does that mean they're pissed off? No, did you read it?
Yeah, it is. That's what exactly what it
Is it okay? Can you prove it? Show me the ad where they say they're upset.
Wait, what?
Oh wait.
Wait, what did he say?
He's saying that.
I think it's common. I think it's common sense that.
It's not. So you're saying anytime a person, a country
This guy
doesn't
got
get
a
involved.
fetish with little girls. He likes effing them and he likes bombing them,
I'm just
right?
curious. So this guy's claim is that anytime a country refuses to get involved, it means that they're upset with another. Amazing.
Why did
that
they
is
attack
amazing.
Iran?
I did not make that claim. I did not.
So give an example.
I did not.
Give an example of what proves that UK is upset.
So the Prime Minister of the UK, I'll give you a better example. The Prime Minister of Germany said Trump started this war. Trump and Netanyahu started this war without telling anybody. It was an illegal war, and we're not going to follow them in. My assumption is that if Trump, hold on. Tell me if this is a reasonable assumption or not. Will you allow me to land?
You said UK.
Will you allow me to?
No.
Will you allow me to land?
Let him land.
You
All
can't.
right. If you don't want to have a conversation with me, then I will.
Hold on.
Then be fair. Talk about the UK. So admit that you were wrong about UK, and then we can talk about Germany.
He can be right about UK, but I'll tell you something. Europe is done.
He's wrong.
They bend the knee to all these people, and now they're afraid of the sleeper cells that they have in there to fucking go against.
Wait, why is acting like it's not the United States of Israel?
Simmer down.
Wait, why is he acting like it's not the United States of Israel? It's Israel first. And all our taxpayer money going to Israel, and they're living for free. They're living for free, building their government homes, building
Hold on, you got facts. You want to argue? Restless, you're a smart person. Let's see how educated you are. Let's see. Let's show everybody how smart you are. Who's living for free?
Are you telling me there's not
Somalians.
right now? Are you telling me they're not? Are you telling me they're not? What's he saying? You're telling me they're not? I'll tell you the facts.
You made a statement. Who's living for free? Say it.
Israeli settlers in the different regions of the occupied area.
Where's the Israeli settlers? You're educated. Yalla, where is it?
I got you. Bear with me while you keep arguing with this clown. While you keep arguing with this clown.
I asked you a specific question. Where are the Israeli settlers? Start Googling it quickly. You have time.
Hey, guess what? I got you.
Google, open it up.
Hey, Zesty boy.
You got a minute, go.
Zesty boy, be quiet.
Yalla, let's go. Google.
Why you say it like that? Yalla.
Copy me. Go Google. Давай, yalla, bled.
I want to form.
I want to see.
You think Sam Allen will tell me?
Yo, see, you will tell me that? Educated.
I want to welcome Canada as the 50th.
No, but Restless, you made a claim. You have to. You're Muslim. Okay, so you're retarded.
Educated. Let's go. Go Google. Google's the educated form. Israelis invented it for you to make your life easier.
Oh, they did, right? You think they'll tell me everything? You think they'll tell me everything?
The Jews invented Google for you to become smarter. Yalla.
Guess what? Does it lie? Does ChatGPT lie?
Restless. I'm letting you bring a fucking calculator right now.
All right, shut up then. Can you shut the hell up? You're loud.
No, because you're not saying shit. Go.
Shut up then. Shut up.
You made a claim. Smart.
Hey, can I have a
What's
minute?
the hurry? What's the hurry about?
Because
Right? Exactly.
What do you want?
No reason to hurry about anything. Rafi, I know you don't have anything.
Dude,
Slow down.
everybody knows that Palestinians are getting settled on. Don't fucking play
Malians are getting settled where? On their ass, on their fucking dicks, on their heads. Where they getting settled on? I asked you a fucking question.
We got a crypto
fucking
Jew.
Palestinian freedom fighter. Let's go. I asked you
Are you a crypto
question
Jew?
you can't fucking answer.
Are you a crypto Jew?
I'm a crypto everything.
Do you even know what a crypto Jew is?
I'm a Jew of everything. Alhamdulillah, I'm a Jew. Let's
From
go.
Dubai?
How can a Jew can't be a crypto Jew?
Hold on.
Apparently they can in this room.
Trust me.
Pepe, crypto Jew is a historical reference to.
I know what a crypto Jew is.
Hold on, Pepe.
They're from Portugal and Spain. But this guy used it in the wrong context.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
From the smart person here with the fucking banana rice. Here, I want to know.
Groups that live in the highlands of Portugal.
Settlers.
Banana and rice is crazy.
What about
It's an interesting
what
history.
about Hebron? What about Ramallah?
Banana and rice.
200 plus
settlers
settlements have been made in the West Bank. What about Ramallah? What about Hebron?
Ramallah?
What about
Ramallah?
What about Nablus?
There's no Jews living in Ramallah, and there's no Jews living in Nablus.
Guy's an idiot. Why are you guys even entertaining this moron?
Give me a Jew.
You can't even spell Ramallah.
He's Googling.
So the wait,
Is it Ramallah supposed to be like a nice place though? And then
Yeah, it used to be Christian, now it's pretty Muslim.
but it's still like is it still like a pretty nice?
I swear to God, I need to quit
Hey, go
talking
pick
about
up seeds and throwing rocks.
like killing my head here.
You need to figure out what's going on.
All right, this is boring.
Honestly, right?
Hey, how about this? Keep it simple. That's the boy to be quiet.
I finally found the fucking educated banana and rice.
I gave you three
And there's
locations.
not one fucking
And
Jew.
yeah, there's not one single Jew.
living there.
No, you have to prove it. You're making the claim, bud.
Well, guess what? I did. And you're not accepting. So fuck off.
I've been to Schem. I can tell you there's no Jews living
I
there.
gave you three locations.
Yakov, you have to prove that Benjamin Netanyahu's still alive.
Do you understand the kind of stupid claim? Hey, the Arabs are
Do you think he's alive?
You're a PDF file like Netanyahu.
He might be
I
dead.
mean, yeah. The fucking
I'm
banana
talking
and
to
rice.
you, not you guys.
It's not like banana and rice. Listen, it's not like
Hey,
banana
that's
and
it.
rice.
That's what sounds
But it is
fire.
like banana. You know
Hey,
what I
you get
mean?
your potassium, some
Let's
carbs.
have a
Why
different
not?
debate.
Why not?
Is Benjamin Netanyahu
Dominicans,
is he still alive or not?
That's reckless. You're
Are you hating on Dominicans?
Drop the links below.
Brazilians do it too. Brazilians do it too.
What about Brazilians? What are we talking about Brazilians now? What's wrong
So
with
why you hating on
Brazilians?
banana and rice? You little zesty boy.
I'm telling you, your little head, your little forehead, your fucking huge forehead.
Hey, I
I
actually
can
got
get
a
into
small
your
forehead.
fucking brain.
I'm all
Again, I'm gonna teach you something.
Damn,
In
Change the topic.
Ramallah, there's no living there.
Brazilians
Bro,
don't eat
bro.
banana and rice.
Is Netanyahu actually alive or not?
That is a delicatessen.
I have a question. Who said if I was
can you know?
president, I was shut
How do you know?
down
You
the
can't prove it, bro.
first?
I can't
Who
prove
said
it.
that?
I saw a video with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even
Bro, I said,
Bro, the American Navy is so weak, they're asking fucking Denmark for help with the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, it says the Canadian wants to come down and make.
Yeah, not, like if America if like America really wanted to destroy Iran, like there was huge buy-in for the war, we could absolutely fucking devastate that country and
You guys don't even know what they
Probably gonna happen, Pepe. It's gonna be false flag.
Former, you're ridiculous.
False flag, bro. The United States Navy can't do shit. That's why they're asking for help.
Hey, performer, I'm still waiting for your example. So Viking, I don't know if you heard this. He gave an example saying that Keir Starmer and UK are pissed off at America for this whole thing. Nice to give an example. He started talking about Germany. Amazing.
Yo, somebody help me. Who just signed in? I think.
I don't understand why there's so many people like from Canada trying to tell us about our politics or fucking other countries about what Americans think or what our American foreign policy is.
Canada don't even have
Especially since you guys live under the very blanket and freedom that we actually provide you that allows you to get your cheap shit from China.
You You guys provide fucking shit all. You guys don't provide shit.
You guys need an exorcism.
The only time I agree with
The United States is a fucking.
You guys are over talking. I can't hear everybody.
Hold on, Hold on, Pepe. And you're talking about Europeans that lost their fucking country to all these alhamdulillah laws that they brought in and fucking started dictating to them how to live life.
It kind of makes sense.
Those countries
bomb other
are
countries.
no more
Yeah,
European countries. Go to that
they'll
fucking
seek
country.
refuge
All you see
where
is
they can
garbage
breathe.
bags walking around
One at a time.
everywhere.
When you have a
They look like New York.
seven-country land to bomb seven different countries.
What is fucking
We're moving down.
They look just like New York.
fucking little issue?
God.
Or fucking
Wait, is it far-fetched? Is it really far-fetched to think that if you bomb seven countries and you have this elaborate plan to take out seven countries in the Middle East, is it far-fetched to think that people want to seek refuge and live and breathe? What the fuck?
You will see, look how your people are fucking seeking
What the
refuge
fuck?
in fucking
He was
America. They're fucking scamming.
There's never been.
You're scamming America. You guys are fucking scammers.
Dude, where you from? Where you from?
That gives
Where
you
you
fucking
from?
finger.
I dare you. Where you from?
The whole fucking
You dare what?
shit.
You dare what?
You dare what? What do you dare, brother? You dare what? What are you gonna do, you little fucking bitch? What do you dare what?
Listen, he's a
You're gonna try and threaten him? You dare what? You dare what?
I dare what? I
can't even tell if that's a man or a woman.
Not you, Robbie. This kid's trying to like threaten you.
Bro, this guy has the sickest accent.
Is that a man or a woman or a kid? That person might not even be 18
How about the
years
child?
old.
He shouldn't even be allowed in this room.
We gotta check their voter
That
ID.
kid kisses on his fucking balls still.
It's a public fucking
Who's the child?
You're not at the same fucking level as me. You fucking
Restless. Yeah, we gotta check their voter ID. We gotta check the voter ID to make sure they qualify to be in the room.
Yeah. Dial it down. What are we talking about?
I was born 99 for the record.
Okay, I mean,
What are we talking about?
I was just gonna say a prayer. It'd be like an exorcism in the name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, taking out of these Jews and the evil out of these wicked Muslims. Thank you, amen.
Never thought I would hear
Hell
that
no.
video.
Matt, what we were talking, Matt, you want to know what we were
Hey,
talking
where's this Zesty guy from, bro? I want to laugh. Somebody tell me.
So, Matt, we were talking about.
Go ahead. Yep.
From a place you'll never come from, the Holy Land.
Where you from?
So, Matt,
We got it.
The Holy Land.
Holy shit, this guy doesn't stop talking.
Goyim. Are we Goyim?
So Matt,
I'm the super
what we were.
boy.
He sees you as cattle, guys.
Holy crap. Okay.
Not even cattle. Cattle was.
Bro, shut up. You look at everybody as their goat. Relax. Stop.
Can't do that after
Goyim is like
28
been
hours
used.
of that. I don't
all the
want to
time.
hear. Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
So what we were talking about a few minutes ago before the room got derailed.
Yep.
And I'm hoping Viking can address it with Performer. On my behalf, Viking, I'll yield to him. But Performer made a statement saying that our allies are mad at us or angry with us about doing it. And he specifically mentioned UK. When I asked for an example, can you show me where it is? He started talking about Germany. He said Germany. He started talking about Germany and started reading something from the German, Prime Minister, but still hasn't explained how. And he's had a lot of time. How, where the proof that UK is upset with us and angry with us at what happened. And Brad can speak. Viking can speak on my behalf.
Yeah, from what I understand with the UK Prime Minister, it doesn't seem like the Parliament is angry. Well, they're angry at their Prime Minister for sitting back and allowing their servicemen and women to become targets. It seems like they're very hostile, and it seems like the English people were like, why aren't we engaging with this and actually dealing with this issue? What is actually going on, and into the Canadian cucks, like performer, or whatever the fuck he wants to go by, keeps saying is that, we're too afraid because we may have terrorist attacks. You have them now. There's like, literally, and some quotes are 60,000, some are 20,000. You have terror attacks being sponsored by Iran now. Like, I don't understand it. You're at the beck and call on a 21-mile strip, width-wise, to have Iran threaten your shipping and your goods and your oil, your energy, when you just got out of an energy crisis. Now to Canada, of course, the welfare queens of pretty much the U.S., these EBT warriors always cheerlead on the back and try to jump on whatever side gives them the best optic. So anyone asking Canada's opinion, you're really down on that totem pole. Maybe like Micronesia will listen to you guys, but I know none of the other first world nations do. But overall, I think UK has actually stepped up to the plate. Last I checked, Nav, I think a couple other nations have actually started sending in, and I believe even China and Russia are kind of watching in certain areas because they're worried about their shipping from Iran. So I'm kind of confused where he's getting his facts. If he's quoting Germany, like who gives a fuck about Germany? You guys were crying about Germany and Ukraine 3 years ago, and then saying we needed to bolster Germany and Germany needed to raise an army again. Like the first 2 times it did, it worked out so fucking well. So let's try it for a third, and this time it'll be different.
Okay, I suspect.
Okay, but Mikey, you didn't really say anything. You said the United Kingdom are and a bunch of other countries. What country is helping you besides the United States of America? What country is helping Israel to engage in this illegal war?
I believe Saudi Arabia, a lot of Middle East countries are actually providing intel.
Let me ask you a question. You guys keep throwing this word around.
Saudi Arabia, like...
Did he call it just illegal war? Yeah, what the fuck is illegal war? Can I know what's war and illegal? Because I want to know the difference between...
I think he said Saudi Arabia. He went for...
very curious.
It's where the opponents agreed to shoot the first shot together.
I just want to know. I want to know what.
Hey, we both gonna shoot all 3. Uno,
yeah.
2.
What an illegal war. I love these people that speak so eloquently, so nicely. You guys are all fucking dumb cunts.
Illegal means he's getting his ass kicked.
Yes, the ones on the losing side might be screaming it's illegal. Now, question is, what's illegal?
Matt, can you post a link? I just came.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Last, you made that statement.
I mean, wait, are we confused about nations that were helping us, providing intel, like Jordan shooting down drones? Are we confused on that, or are you just too stupid to figure that out? How about UK and France? They're helping out. We have intel coming in from a lot of areas and regions. They're all helping. Dubai's promised intelligence that they have. So
Dubai is getting bombed. What first?
Okay, so
first country nations are helping.
There's only one. It's the United States is the first world. The rest are second.
Last. You finally spoke. Wait up. What's an illegal war and what's an illegal war? You can unmic now again, not to look like a dumbass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Continue talking to Mike.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta apply to performer. I should have provided this earlier. Provide the link. Just there's a link from Axios above. Just because he claimed that our allies are upset. If you scroll down the list, United Kingdom. After an Iranian drone struck the UK base in Cyprus, British Prime Minister authorized the US to use British air bases to... That sounds like a guy who's pissed off. Okay, let's go to the next one. France and Germany. Both EU powers initially called for return to negotiations, but opened up to the possibility to striking Iran after Iran strikes hit their personnel, including a German army camp in Jordan. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz visited the White House on Tuesday to discuss the conflict with Trump and actually praised Trump's efforts. Wow, these allies are really against us. And then it also says Azerbaijan, Cyprus is involved, Iraq is involved in Lebanon, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Israel, and United States are the countries.
And a bunch of Iranian citizens too, by the way.
Oh, you got France also participating in operations.
Clearly the United States is winning this war. I mean, it's my mistake.
So again, like UK, guys, it sounds like the Canadians really don't know what's going on, and again, they should just...
I must be wrong. Canada's nothing. Canada's what the fuck is Canada?
Their information from here.
Look. I must admit I'm wrong. Canada or the United States is absolutely winning this war, no problem at all.
You're being
they don't need any help. Everything's under control.
No, they don't need
Everything's under control.
Let me ask Perfumer real quick. If Canada was to be invaded by, let's say, Iran for some reason, would you ask us to come help you? I have to get this on record.
They would get on their fucking knees and suck your dick twice over.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear what he says. Do you want our help?
Yeah, just the same, we would help you guys exactly same.
We would never ask.
What do you mean?
Wait, you guys have never
But here's
really
the
helped us.
statement.
Perfumer.
Here's the
Wait,
statement.
Matt, but they didn't help us. They tried to invade us.
Hold on, everybody.
Well, we burned down your White House twice.
I actually have a second question. Perfumer, what can we help America with except to allow these terrorists to fucking seek refuge in Canada and become next door neighbors to the Americans and become a threat to America? What can Canada do good for America in any type of fucking war, especially fighting on terrorism?
All right, Rafi, you tell me. Give me the example of a single.
What can Canada do?
Give me an example of a single Islamic country that has ever attacked the United States.
Specific question.
Not a single Islamic country has ever attacked the United States. Never.
What's 9/11?
That's actually false.
What Muslim nation was it, Ralph? 9/11.
Hold on.
Einstein.
Rafi sees enemies everywhere here in North America.
Those are our friends. 9/11 are my cousins, my buddies.
What country was it, Ralph?
Which country was it?
What nation was it? What's the name of the nation?
Saudis? I think they
on behalf of the Saudi Arabian government. They did that.
I don't know.
As I said, not a single Muslim country has ever attacked the United States. Not once. Everything else is narrative. Everything else is propaganda.
Perfumer, simmer the fuck down.
It's all propaganda.
You want to be smart? The pilots were Abdullahs that were fucking flying, taking their own lives like jihads.
He asked you what nation have ever attacked America?
What nation has ever attacked on American soil or American bases? What are we talking? American soldiers?
Because now you don't know what America is. Now you don't know what America is, huh?
You know, attacking American soldiers, attacking America. Just to let you know. Yeah, you know that, right?
American embassy. American embassy is the American
soil. It doesn't matter. It's like attacking a fucking America. But anyways,
one nation has ever attacked
Rafi, American embassy is the American soil.
Iran has attacked America.
I asked you a specific fucking question.
And
You're
I'll tell you.
Canada.
And I will tell you.
You can't even fucking answer me.
And I will tell you.
What good? Not ask you. What good?
I'm confused why people seem to think that no Muslim country has attacked us. I get the CNN trope. Shut the fuck up for a minute. So in the 1980s, Iran actually shot and targeted one of our ships. So you can shut up for a moment and learn something. We, in the 80s, were attacked. I don't give a fuck what you say. It doesn't matter. Is our ships, our boats are United States America. That is the United States. Our embassies are United States of America. Yes, they are.
Embassies are
your fucking imagination.
No, dude, you are retarded beyond words.
American citizens.
It's narrative control. It's
no, you know what? I think honestly, Canada should become a territory. We make Puerto Rico a new state and make Canada a territory.
But they don't deserve it.
You can talk with your imagination as much as you like.
Do you know the U.S.'s first war was against Iran?
I'm dealing with reality. As I said, no single
a United States ship is U.S. territory, an embassy is U.S. territory. These are all sovereign grounds, which is why when the Pakistanis decided to storm the U.S. embassy recently, and the U.S. Marines, hats off to Marine Guard 1, these guys are 100-0. They fucking killed 21 of those fucking bastards, 22 now, and then they fucking shot 114. Hats off to those guys, because guess what? That's American soil.
By an Islamic country.
Have you heard of the Barbary Wars?
So perfumer.
Everything else is just narrative control. It's propaganda. It's all brainwashed.
The propaganda.
Don't lie
right now.
You're invading another
right now, every sovereign nation around the world has an embassy. No, what it's called is you're being stupid and ignorant and just retarded. So U.S. embassies are considered U.S. sovereignty. That we
Russia wants to fucking
We
respect absolutely all about our nation. We respect them around the world. They all have that, including our wonderful country, Canada. But you, the idiot, don't recognize that, yes, an embassy is considered a representative and part of the country, the nation it is. So should an embassy get attacked, it will be considered an attack on the U.S. We actually do consider that. Same thing with our ships. If you attack a ship, guess what? We do proportional responses and we'll do wars and we'll do things. Like we had the Lusitania, we had the Maine, we had these things in history that have actually propelled wars and have created conflicts. But again, Canadians are too stupid. Your CNN twat waffles always cherry pick history and give some like fucking karma and really don't understand geopolitics. And you are retarded. You belong in the audience listening so you can get educated beyond the third grade system that Canada proposed to have as their education background.
We as Canadians need to get in Viking. We as Canadians need to get invaded. You know why?
Oh, that guy, I promise you, gets invaded every night in his rear end.
I'm just saying, and I'll tell you why. They should fucking come and take Carney, because Carney is setting up the borders between Canada and America by allowing these terrorists to come and infiltrate them, which becomes a fucking problem for America, because now they're fucking, let's say Russia wants to put weaponry in Cuba next door. Having a fucking little Muhammad that wants to go fucking blow himself across the border is not fucking really safe for America too.
There's Muslims in America too, stupid.
I understand there's
as if Canada ain't right next door to us.
You don't seem to understand that, Rafi.
Hold on. We're
bringing
it. Hold on, last. Simmer the fuck down. We're actually bringing fucking IRGC. We have proven facts. People shown the names, everything, which IRGC head people are living in Canada and seek to refuge and were given by the Canadian government to these terrorists and to these animals. So that is a threat to America.
As I said, the United States has never been attacked ever in its history by an Islamic country.
Okay,
all of its has to do with trying to convince your stupid fucking asses to go.
Look at the Barbary Wars. It's the first war fought by the United States.
So if you see terrorists around,
well, we were attacked by Moroccan ships.
So here's the thing. Iran sponsored the Beirut bombing.
What about the Somalis?
We got 241 Marines there. We had attacks on U.S. ships sponsored by the Iranian Navy. And in fact, our Operation Praying Mantis decimated the Iranian Navy once before in the late 80s. And we destroyed 2 of their oil platforms just as a condition, because what Reagan said was give a proportional response, and what the U.S. Navy heard, stop talking, dude. We say your stupid shit is wrong. You're just a fucking idiot. You know what? I'd actually hope we put a warhead on your forehead. So like at the end of this, we did Operation Praying Mantis. The Navy decided we were just going to play fuck and basically whack-a-mole and always destroy the Iranian Navy. And that was done in a day. Now we do it. Hats off to Admiral Bradley Cooper. He's a great guy. He's a hero. He freaking orchestrated the naval strikes and basically decimated Iran again. Iran has actually attacked U.S. Navy ships. That is an act of war. That is we actually went to another war because of that. We actually had a mini war with France over them attacking our ships way back in the day. But, we don't talk about that. We also, when our embassies get attacked, yes, that's an act of war. It's U.S. territory. That is U.S. ground. Our embassies are recognized. France is, just like all the European, just like Canada is. They're recognized as fucking, guess what? Their sovereignty. So yes, we have been attacked.
What about Viking? Hold on. What about American citizens abroad if they get attacked or something happens to them? Is that an attack on America or no?
Everything is attack on America. Everything that's attached to America is apparently attack on America. Viking, according to Joseph Kent, he says that no Muslim nation, especially poses a immediate threat to the United States of America. And he's actually the Minister of Counter-Terrorism. And what is your opinion on that?
Well, I know the 31st is coming over to put belt to ass. So, 31st Mute, I can't wait to see that.
Viking, did you hear what I said? No Muslim country, according to Joseph Kent,
Every Muslim country are mostly
Poses threat to the United States of America. He is the counter minister of the United States. What is your opinion on that? Do you know better? Do you know better than the defense minister of the United States?
Yeah, and his wife was killed by Hezbollah. What's your point? And he's been a moron forever.
He's not an authoritative voice. He was disagreeing with the very statements he put out just last year.
So can you prove to me that Muslim country poses a threat to America? What Muslim country poses a threat to America?
Hold on, let Dope. What are you gonna say? What were you saying?
Joe Kent, just because he decided to resign out of the blue after agreeing with Trump for 4 years, Iran was a threat to the U.S., is not an authoritative voice here.
Okay. In what way Iran poses a threat to the United States?
They sponsor terrorism.
To the United States?
They've sworn to destroy the U.S. for more than 40 to 50 years now.
In what way do they destroy U.S.? What have they done to the U.S.?
I don't know. Maybe it's because of death.
To 241 Marines that were killed in the Beirut barracks bombing. How about the fact that bombing one of our ships?
Vikings are saying, Viking is speaking. Viking.
Yeah, like I mean, you bombed one of the Iranians bombed the Navy, whatever you want to call those guys, boats dressed up like ships. Bombed one of our ships at a port, and then we again decided to show them what whack-a-mole looks like. Let's see, they've attacked. They also kidnapped and took U.S. sailors out of the fleet and put them on their knees for display. So that's an attack. They also supported many embassies.
Brad, give me 1 second. I'm just going to make this really, really, really fucking clear. If you people cannot have self-control and you continue to talk over Brad or anybody else on the stage, you're going to the fucking audience. Okay? It's not up for negotiation. It's not up for let's make a deal. If you cannot shut your freaking pie hole while somebody else is talking, you're going to end up in the audience and out in the hallway.
Thank you, Adam.
Go ahead, Brad.
Thanks, Adams. I mean, it just goes like all these attacks that have gone on for 49 years, supported through either proxy groups or directly by the Iranian IRGC. I'm kind of confused at why do people like have so little regard to it and then try to give us this conflation of, hey, they've never directly attacked us on U.S. soil and continental U.S., but hey, all of the other interests we have, we can attack your ships, we can attack your embassies, we can kill your Marines while they're sleeping in a barracks while they're unarmed. And if you actually go look at the Beirut one, those guards didn't even have magazines in their weapons. So yeah, I mean, you've attacked the U.S. I don't know how else to tell you. Killing one of our Marines, I don't give a shit. That's a U.S. Marine. That alone is enough for to go carpet bomb an entire country, in my perspective. You wouldn't want me to be president.
Viking, I was going to let you know the Beirut incident is what ended up changing a lot of policies for the MSGs for the Marine Corps. And I sat 2 times in a PowerPoint explaining how a new SOP and procedures going in with MSG work. So you're very valid.
Nice to see you again, Steppy. And if you don't believe me, Steppy is a freaking Marine. Or you were a Marine, right? Or Army. I forget which branches you guys all pop into. I know so many of you on the tab. But so like a lot of this stuff isn't made up. Like I mean, we've been patient. We've collaborated. We put sanctions. We bribed you with training or planes full of cash. We offered to bring you in the fold in Iran and the IRGC for those of you that are pro-Iran. This right now, this should have been done under Clinton, and Clinton wanted to do this stuff. Hillary herself would have bombed you by now. Had she won the first term, Iran wouldn't be where it's at right now. Because Hillary had a tougher approach on Iran than even fucking Trump did. Yeah. Be grateful that Trump's not targeting infrastructure and actually going for the Bolton plan, which was basically just annihilate the entire country.
Yeah, got you. So, the war on Iran is illegal. This is not my opinion. This is the consensus. No UN Security Council.
Who's determining it's illegal?
Let me land my plane, please.
Who determines legality?
I will tell you. Just give me a second. I will tell you. No U.S. Security Council have given authorization for this war. For a war to be legal without self-defense,
Our U.S. Security Council actually
by
did
the
do it.
UN. The U.S. did not get approval from the UN.
We don't need approval from the
That
UN.
makes the attacks illegal. This is rightly seen as unlawful.
So the
under
United
international
States
law.
does not agree with
U.S.
the
is
UN?
a part of international law.
It doesn't matter. We don't, actually, we're not. We
So it's
separate
illegal.
ourselves. No, there is no illegality. The U.S. is not part of the fucking world. The ICC, we're not part of that. We actually are from that. We abstain from it. We enforce it based on our whims. The U.S. is power. It is the empire. It is what it is.
You are of the United Nations.
No, we're not. Not in that construct. We represent at the UN, and yes, we sit on Security Council.
So it's illegal.
No, it's not. We don't need the UN to declare war. It's not our Constitution. Our Constitution overrides any international agreement.
Okay, are you dumb, Viking?
Did you just ask if I'm done? Like,
you
I'm dumb, apparently.
Hold on. This is no longer productive. So this is why I don't invite people up that claim to know about international law as they're reciting it in broken English. So, Brad, I'm going to let you educate the room as to what for the United States to do what the United States is doing, and what governing agencies on the international state is tasked with holding the United States accountable. Because last time I checked, I don't think that there's any sort of requirement or check-in system that Donald Trump needs to check in with anybody on the international stage to do what he's doing. I think that it's kind of on the system that we're going to do what we want. None of you people in the Middle East have any type of weapons to come against us, and we're going to do what we want. So at the end of the day, what the fuck are you going to do about it? I think that is the nature of the laws as the way that it exists, that people need to have a very firm, realistic understanding of.
So Adams, another question is,
hey, Dr. Adams, I think you missed one part. We do what the fuck we want.
Exactly.
Sword, here's the other thing too, Sword. It's this. We don't answer to the international courts. There's no mechanism. They have no military body to enforce what they want to, and quite frankly, we wouldn't listen to them. Just like we don't listen to like the World Health Organization on shit. We don't comply. And even if the UN votes in a certain parameter, like we're the top. We sit there. They're like the rest of the nation. Yeah, but they're not in charge of the Security Council. The U.S. doesn't have an answer to this.
Brad, hold on. Let me just point this out to you. This is how dumb these illiterate monkeys are. Enslaving. Does anybody know the proper spelling of enslaving? And look at how this dumbass just wrote this in the chat. Like, he doesn't need to come back up. He absolutely doesn't need to come back up. A conversation with somebody this drooling on the floor stupid is non-productive, especially if they're speaking in broken English.
You know what word he understands? He beat. That's what he understands. He beat in his language. He is. And you have to understand one thing. Let me just say something really quick. America is in no position to ask anybody anything. When mommy and daddy make a decision, they don't go to their children to do anything. This is mommy and daddy acting out right now. And now these little children who you that fucking were leeching on their fucking tit and sucking that milk dry, they're gonna ask and say, why aren't you including me? Are you fucking joking me? Who is Canada? Who's the EU?
Hold on, just a second. As long as you're getting an allowance from us, you don't get a fucking say.
100%. 100%.
I was going to chime in, and I just want people to understand. When you're an alpha male, when you're alpha superiority on the waters, and when you have a fleet that is able to globally move around all types of oceans, monitor the skies, set from, and also the atmosphere. Unless you come, if you're not an alpha male with an alpha military and an alpha mindset, don't come up and complain because you're on the bottom list.
Steppy.
It's not our problem.
Steppy, you don't want our military to come with the fucking EU, Canada, where they have fucking tampons in men's fucking washroom to fight a war against men. Because it's going to confuse the shit out of things there. I'm sorry to say. Focus on reloading the tampon machines while the big boys reload guns. Okay, you got one thing to reload, they got other things to reload.
Dude, I agree. Like, dude, I've been hearing people tell me, "Oh, what's 2,000 Marines gonna fucking do?" I said, bro, fuck it. Marines will put belt to ass.
Stappy, they're thinking about the 2,000 Marines in Canada are holding tampons, fucking doing commercials and advertisements.
Bro, our fucking Space Force, guys, our Space Force fucking blinded. Dude, our Space Force, remember years ago, dude, worlds were mocking, nations were mocking us, making a branch called Space Force. But yet, look what happened within the first hour of Iran? Dude, we blinded those motherfuckers. Blinded them before we fucking put a dick in their ass. Pardon for my language.
Minus the last.
There's going to be just a little bit more increasing on that part. For more energies. Are there any more crazy fucking some of these the banana and rice motherfuckers?
No, I just wish people would understand that the rest of the world doesn't dictate what the U.S. does. We're a maritime empire. We control the seas. We provide you with all that shit that you have in your home. Look at everything you have made in China. I don't care what country you're in. Guess what? The U.S. provided the way that it could get there. It protected those shipping lanes. It ensured those routes are there. It also ensures that, hey, guess what? Even the piracy that everybody laughs at, yeah, that's a real thing. Men, women die on those ships that go through, and then you get hiked rates. Iran, like I said, its target area is the 21-mile shrink. That it's the narrowest part of the strait. It likes to hit that area, and all it has to do is hit one, maybe two ships, and it blocks that, and it stops trade. So if that's the case, then we definitely don't want Iran having control on its coastline there of doing this stupid shit. You need a government that's willing to do it. And right now, as far as boots on the ground, I heard others say that, like, I think there's an MEU out there with 2,500, 5,000 Marines. The 31st is out there. Yeah, you really don't 31st. They are a special operations force aligned. They are geared for that shit. They are set. You do not want those guys coming in, because I can tell you, they are trained for months at a time to make everything turn to dust and pink mist. That is it. These guys were also investigated for the number of headshots they conducted in the Iraq war. Like, these guys don't play around. They are all about getting the done in the most lethal, most profound way to make a statement like that freaking message, stay home. They do not play. So, you know, for those that are saying, like what was an idiot saying the U.S. is weak and all this stuff, I mean, we basically took the best of what China had in Venezuela in seconds. Hats off to the Space Force. Who knew what these guys are capable of? Now they're the scariest motherfuckers. And look at what they're doing to Iran. Like, they're scary as well.
Yeah, I just want to make an observation for the listeners when you said they were investigating. Guys, keep in mind, these guys had iron sights. That's no scopes. And they investigated because of the amount of headshots. By the way, they had scopes or ACOGs, all right? Those are red dots. Think about that. Dude, the Marine Corps went in, and during the beginning, when I went in 2004, dude, we had just iron sights. And so, yeah, that's a real statement, just so you guys could be aware of.
So let me ask y'all a question. So I keep hearing rumors about negotiation. So negotiation is off the table, correct? And if it's on the table, who are you negotiating with?
Negotiation with who and what about?
What we talking about? The war, Iran. Who are you going to negotiate with to end it?
So the question is, are we negotiating with Iran? Is that the question?
The question is, there was Ed, he might negotiate. He's talking about if they want to talk. So if there's negotiation probability, who is he going to negotiate with? Whom?
Surrender.
So there's no negotiation. I'm just asking you guys. So that's off the table, right?
You're right.
Who will he negotiate with? Anyone who will talk to him just to get him out of
it. Can't be anyone.
Hold on. Who's Steve? Okay. You're right. The negotiation at this point is Iran being forced to come to the table and say we surrender. I mean, that's just like as blunt as I can get. I don't know what negotiation you're talking about right now. Are you talking about sit at the table and discuss about all of this from the last 2 weeks all over again, or what? What do you got?
You talk about, okay, so you got a couple of ways to end it, right? You could either sit down with whomever Trump said he can negotiate with, I don't know who that is, and talk about it, and then come up with whatever Trump, a great businessman, could do, or there are no negotiations, and you just got to finish this shit the best way you can. I'm just asking you guys, what do you think?
How do you finish it?
Well, I think, negotiations with Iran is going to go pretty much like Cuba is right
Okay, let me tell you. This is how I think you can try.
Squeezing another sword. Yeah.
I think you can try this. You can try this. You can get a million and a half men, go on the ground, go until you get to the flag, take it down, and then put your new government in, and that's how you end it. You got to go all out blazing, and got to put enough people on the ground.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
You agree with that? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I do. I don't think you can win this just by flying airplanes and bombing.
Oh, no, these are gone.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Okay.
So wait, what was the agreement that y'all just made?
What the fuck are you listening to?
You cannot win this thing just by
I was answering the question you asked, so that's why I wasn't really hearing it.
You can't just keep bombing. You got to get in there, and you got to muscle up. I think Brad mentioned he got some Marines that's got that kind of balls. Well, go on in there. Let them go up in there and clean the place out, and then take it in. And don't kill many good Iranians who are not, of the regime. Try to spare as many lives as you can if you can. But,
replicate Venezuela? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying take the bitch over, all out, blazing, be willing to die, and go take the fucking flag, take it down, put the American flag up, and put in your new government, and run the bitch.
Leroy, just people be aware, dude. The United States Marine Corps and the United States Armed Ground, all ground forces, we always operate within the Geneva Convention, within a moral compass, and with humanitarian mindset. Rules of engagement are very strong. So when you say, don't target any good Muslims, the reality is it's about PID and rule of engagement. Bear arms, level a rifle, you'll have the rifle.
In general terms, that's true. It's not 100% true. In general terms, that's true.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you
got people over there that don't own guns, and they want to topple to the regime too. They're Iranians, not Muslim. Even though they're Iranians, all Iranians are not practicing Muslims. And those people in the street that are celebrating, they want the shit over. They want that topple over too, but they're not Muslims. They want to be free, do what the fuck they want.
Regardless of the religion or their nationality, the thing is, if you choose to bear arm against
they have no guns, man. That's what I'm telling you. There's thousands of people over there with no guns.
Civilians have nothing to fear. There's the IRGC. Then it's the military infrastructure bearing the brunt.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you realize that there are thousands of people with arms at all, right? You realize that, right? You understand that, right? There's thousands of Iranians with no arms. Not even fucking sometimes
what do you mean,
the internet.
Millions.
Millions, you understand? Yeah. So that in mind, when you're talking about when you're going up in there, you got to be able to know that there's some people on your side. They're with you, rocking with you. How you going to be able to distinguish them? I mean, if they ain't got no arms, you can't just go fucking blazing.
Is that a serious question, sir?
Just think about what you're saying.
It's not a serious question.
How are you going to... How you gonna know?
How would you know? Are you and me in this room? How would an individual know if they're being shot at?
What? Dude.
You said no.
Dude, listen, let's talk. You're gonna have to go after the armed Muslim regime, the Muslim Iranians who are gonna fight you with arms. Fine, that's who you're going after. There's Iranians by the millions who are unarmed, don't wanna fight. How are you gonna be able to distinguish between them if you're going blazing?
Why
are you gonna protect them?
Muslim? An armed combatant. You'll engage with an armed combatant.
Okay.
Why does it have to be Muslim?
Okay.
And regardless of the dominant territory of religion, the mission focus is not based solely on Muslim.
So you telling me you don't care that the secular Iranians over there who are not part of the regime, and once the regime gone, you don't think that they should be, if you put the ground troops on the ground and go in there fucking blazing, you don't think their lives should be considered when they're on your side?
The problem is the Americans have never been very good at that.
Why?
They've never been very good at differentiating.
Excuse me. Let me.
He understands what our gentleman just spoke. He gets it. So speak to what we're talking about.
No, I think he just made
people,
assertions.
If the Iranian people there would be ecstatic that the U.S. grounds are there to assist them.
Right.
So I don't think they would engage with U.S. ground forces.
Right.
Engaging the IRGC or Iranian military.
Okay, I got you. So you're saying that those people will be out making it easier for our troops to recognize that these people ain't fucking with us, so we're not going to blow their brains out. We're going to blow the ones' brains out who are fucking with us with guns. That's what you just said, correct?
They would be assisting. You don't think in Iraq? You don't think civilians helped out?
No, they can't. They got guns, man.
Yeah.
They got no arms. They're not going to be in the way.
No, what he means is like help in other ways, like by information, giving them information, shit like that.
They don't have that shit. They're isolated completely. They're outside.
When it comes to boots on the ground, when you have a lot of people, a lot of soldiers on the ground, there's a different story. That's what he means.
They're not going to be. So right now, the regime has total dominance over their entire existence. They have no intel. They have no inside. They're not
Yo, that's a false equivalency, bro.
I know, but then guess what? You haven't heard the Iranians.
Hey, I'm Iranian, and my parents and my brother are all in Iran. All my relatives are in Iran.
Okay, so are they got insight? They got intelligence that can tell the soldiers when they come in where they're gonna be, where the Muslim Iranians gonna be? Are they that close to that group?
They already informed to get radios, and by radios they're gonna hear the news, and also told me on the landline. The
landlines still work. You still get access.
Yeah.
There's no cell phones also work.
Cell phones also
work. We cannot call them. They can make international.
Exactly.
We cannot call them. Internet shutdown. Landline is working inside Iran, and also they can call outside of Iran, but they're only.
Also, there are satellite TVs.
Can you play it for Leroy so that way? I just had like this left. Leroy, if the ground forces were to come in, the U.S. side, the goal, the mission is to focus on assisting and uplifting the civilians to go against the regime for the people. The mission focus would be to assist them and also help them. Even if they do not have firearms, even if they don't have weapons to attack, I'm sure there's other narratives that they can assist in, whether it's intel, whether it's down at locations. They will have resistance. I'm assuming, I don't have facts, but I'm assuming they would. But the reality is, armed forces is there to give them morale, give them ambition, give them uplifting spirits, to project them forward and assist them in the regime change.
Okay, so listen to this. I love what you just said. Now check it out. Now, America have this strange habit of thinking that people in the Middle East, Palestine, Iran, the soldiers have a bad habit of blending in with the civilians, right? They say that shit all the time. Oh, they like to hide behind their people, right? How in the fuck are they going to distinguish when the soldiers who are going to blow their brains out are not hiding behind the civilians who are going to have this morale, who are going to be like, how are they going to give them fucking armbands or something?
We find out when they start shooting at us, and then we return fire. That's how it generally
also people are at home. I mean, why do you think that normal people are gonna come out in the streets and stay on the IRGC side?
Leroy, you're missing the most important point. Iranians are not Arabs, not even Muslims. So when you talk about Afghanistan, when you talk about Iraq, these people had dictatorships and they were pissed at the situation they had in their country, right? But when U.S. went in, and got rid of that motherfucker, whoever it was, like Saddam Hussein, those people, they still go back to their roots. What is their roots? Islam. What is Islam? Against the way you live your life. They hate the Jews. Why do they hate America? Because America support Israel. It is all connected. You cannot remove one of them from this argument.
So you're saying that the people who are secular are not Muslims now. They don't practice Islam. You're saying that after you're saying that after the military leaves, these people who do not practice Islam, don't want no part of it, are going to be Muslims all over again and fucking start hating you all over again. That's what you said?
No. I'm saying Iranians are not. Arabs and Muslims are.
Other way around.
Can you hear me or no?
Go ahead. Say it.
Arabs and Muslims are. Iranians are not. Vast majority of Iranians are not. They're not Muslims, buddy.
I know.
They're not Arabs and they're not Muslims. They don't believe in religion.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
So if you're not going to ask me that question, that's the thing.
Also, right now that U.S. is bombing Iran and everything.
They go after.
The IRGC forces and Basiji forces are in the streets every night because they are scared of people and protesters. Okay, they even in the state TV they also threaten the Iranian people that if you come out we're gonna shoot you, blah blah blah. Anyway, so even nowadays only Basiji and marshals and IRGC forces are in the streets. All the normal people, Iranian people, are staying at home. Okay. So that's why Israel is what you call it, attacking one.
I think Prince wanted to jump in. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Are you still there? Let's get your voice. Go ahead.
But Matt, please, I would like not to be interrupted at all.
All right, guys, don't interrupt them. And don't be long either. Don't be long.
No, I'm never long, bro. I'm never long. I'm not redundant like most people on the stage who keep repeating the same point because they don't know anything better.
So, Leroy, before you start, Leroy, can you unmute? You're off mute right now. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
So, I just love to hear foreigners speak of the region as if they know it. And I don't say this to say that if you're a foreigner, that means you don't know anything about anything. No. You could be from the region and still not know anything. So what you ought to be doing is a rigorous academic research to get to the truth. If you are a truth seeker, then you're going to seek answers to your questions. But most people aren't, like Ocean. Right. So Ocean wants you to believe that the Iranians are not, do not belong to a religion, are not Muslim, or are not